Alright, hello to whoever's watching, whoever's come across this video. This is a pretty special video, just because it's one of the coolest pranks that I've ever seen in PUBG, but also, I would have never come across it if it wasn't for the replay editor and all of the commotion. So anyway, as I'm landing, I notice people landing in the town right in front of me, and the town to the right of that, right? So I go over here to loot up. And while that's happening, over here, we've got our characters of the story. In the white car, we've got Afro Man. And then, coming from the other direction, we've got Mr. Backpack. And Afro Man tries to run over Mr. Backpack, but Mr. Backpack manages to safely make it to the shack. And then he's in the shack. And Afro Man blocks the door with the car. And he did get hit, so he's in there taking his medicine, trying to heal from when he just got slightly nudged by the car. But when he's done healing and he tries to leave the shack, that's when he really starts to realize, that he's kind of trapped. He can't leave the doorway, he can't get in the car, he can't punch the guy, he can't jump, crouch, nothing he can do. So he just kind of sits there for a second, looking annoyed. And then he shuts the fucking door. And guess what? Once he shut the door, now there's an object on the other side of the door, and the door will only open outwards from the inside. So he's stuck in there. And Afro Man's just laying on the fucking horn like, haha. So back over to me, I'm picking up the mortars I just found. At this point, I know that there's two people, at least, who landed in those two separate cities that sit side by side. So I'm setting up my mortar, but I can also hear him honking the horn. So I'm just really fascinated in all the stuff that's going on in that direction, and that's what brought me back over here. And that's what made me go look at it in the replay editor. So anyway, like I said, I'm setting up this mortar. I'm getting ready to launch mortars towards that city and towards this horn that I'm hearing that I can't quite see what's going on yet. I have no idea what's going on here yet. He's just sitting there. And if we go look at the dude in the shack and just look at what he's experiencing. He's just fucking sitting there looking out the window and contemplating his decisions that got him into this position. I wonder if in the future he's gonna be less likely to try and hide in a shack. He's like, I'm never hiding in a shack again, fuck that. Dude's trapped, can't go nowhere. This is my favorite part. You start to see his hands coming through the door. He's fucking throwing hands. He's in there. And he just wants him to know, look at Afro Man, what a fucking G. And look at him, so pathetic, just staring out the window. Somebody help me. And then, so here's this guy right here, right? This is player 3, we'll call him. And so I'm launching these over towards player 3. And remember, I'm just trying to hit the complex over here. Anywhere in or around the complex and I'd be hitting my mark. So you can see the mortars landed in the tree line right there, but if we go back a little bit to right before the bombs hit and watch it from the perspective of player number 3 who was in that little complex, you can see they got pretty close to him. So after I fire a couple off towards that complex, I shift to my right and fire 3 more over towards this other complex where I saw somebody land. We can look from his perspective and see what it looks like. Here they come. It looks like I landed a little farther off from him, but I mean, still pretty close. But yeah, like I said, all the attention is being drawn from this is player 4. So from player 4, he's now looking over at that horn. Player 3, this is player 3, he's now looking at that horn. And I'm on the other side of that shack right now, listening to that horn. So once player 3 starts shooting, player 4 has now got his attention focused over here. I've got my attention focused over there, and Afro Man decides he's out. He's not fucking gonna sit there and lock the door anymore. getting shot at by player 3, and Mr. Backpack Bitch is finally free. Or so he thinks. See, where I'm at, I heard those shots, and I hop out the window, and I start taking shots at Afro Man, and he's like panicking a little bit because he's getting shot at by me and player 3, and so, I realize, oh, Mr. fucking Backpack Bitch needs to get dropped, and I do that real quick, and fucking start shooting at Afro Man again. So now Afro Man, you could see the panic in the way he's driving, and also the blood spatter, but he's just fucking like getting shot at from both sides. So he decides he needs to get the fuck out of there, but you can see him glaring at me as he leaves. He's a fucking character, I'll give him that. I'm sure we'll meet again.